the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Lumbaka Unayan Ilano del Sur declares freedom from Dawla Islamiyya Maute Group and CPP, NPA, NDF. Philippine Army confirms NPA rebel killed soldier in 2023. Government tells employers to release 13-month pay on time. Transportation Secretary Lopez orders increased MRT3 safety after glitch.
Hello to everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo in Quezon City. Today is Friday, November 21, and this is AFP Community News, your source for the updates on the armed forces and other developments across the country. I'm Rofh Suzon-Abay here to bring you today's story.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, Lumbaka Unayan in Llano del Sur formally declared itself free from Dawla Islamiyya Maute Group and CPP, NPA, NDF through Sangguniang Bayan Resolution 16 and 17 during a United Peace rally yesterday. The event, supported by the 64th Infantry Battalion, local government unit, and local police, also launched the Municipal Task Force Ending Local Armed Conflict to sustain peace. A peace motorcade, work rally, burning of the ISIS flag symbolized the committee's rejection of violent extremists. Officials said the declaration reflects the people's united stand to prevent the return of armed groups and maintain long-term security in the municipality.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Army confirmed that slain New People's Army member Fidel Lagado alias Ivan Ored, the former member of Squad 1 of the Platoon 1 Island Committee Levox of the Eastern Visayas Regional Party Committee, was responsible for the brutal killing of Private First Class Ari Zampoan in Abuyog, Leyte in 2023. A former rebel alias Rod revealed that he witnessed Lagado carry out the murder in a remote area of the municipality. Brigadier General Pompeo Jason Almagro, the commander of the 802nd Infantry Brigade, said the recovery of Ampoan's service firearm from Lagado supports the testimony. He stated that Lagado was known for killing not only soldiers but also fellow rebels, and that justice has now been served for Ampoan's family.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now on the other line, let's hear more from Jimbo regarding 73rd IB empowers Alabel youth through peace building lecture at Summit.
The 73rd Infantry Battalion played a key role in the 2025 Municipal Youth Summit in Alabel, Sarangani by delivering a focused lecture on peace building and community responsibility. The summit gathered youth leaders from all barangay to enhance leadership and collaboration. The battalion participation highlighted its commitment in strengthening youth involvement in maintaining peace and security. Organizer praised 73rd IB for helping equip young participants with knowledge that support safer and more resilient communities. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jimboy.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Remote Area Medical Philippines in the 5th Scout Ranger Battalion led a multi-day medical mission in isolated areas of Bulalakaw and Mansalay Oriental, Mindoro. Civilian volunteers, military units, and local government partners delivered medical checkups, consultations, and other vital services to residents with limited access to health care. The 203rd Infantry Brigade and supporting battalions ensured the safe and organized transport of supplies and beneficiaries throughout the activity. The successful mission reaffirmed the Army's commitment in providing humanitarian support and strengthening community resilience in Mindoro.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Bangsamoro government began the construction of 100 housing units for former Moro Islamic Liberation Front combatants in Dalabayan, Kauswagan as part of the normalization program under the 2014 peace agreement. The project forms part of 600 resettlement houses funded through BARM's 400 million pesos Special Development Fund across 6 major MILF camps. BARM's Ministry of Human Settlements and Development led the groundbreaking ceremony, marking the third housing project launch this month. Leaders and military officials said the initiative restores dignity, security, and new opportunities for former fighters as they reintegrate into peaceful civilian life.
Armed Forces Radio.
From NOLCON, here's some information from Joanne. Remaining CTG members in Cordillera given deadline to surrender.
The 5th Infantry Division commander has given a deadline for the remaining members of the communist terrorist group in Cordillera to surrender and enjoy a peaceful life. Major General Galivor L. Sinieras, 5th ID commander, stated in a media interview during the Peace Stakeholders Banquet in Baguio City that this year is the last chance for the remaining members of the communist terrorist group operating in Cordillera, which he described as weekend. Sinieras clarified that the deadline is not a threat but an opportunity for them to return to the government and make up for lost time with their families and live a normal, free, and prosperous life. The 5th ID is open to accepting the surrender of the remaining members of the leftist group, especially with Christmas approaching. This is John Sagaok reporting for AFP Community News 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne from NOLCOM.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines Pension and Gratuity Management Center, led by Commodore Luidegar Cassis, made a courtesy call to the Department of Tourism to explore new services and opportunities for AFP retirees and pensioners. DOT officials welcomed the delegation, expressed appreciation for AFP PGMC's enhanced pension services under the HEROES program. Both parties discussed potential benefits such as priority lanes, special discounts, employment opportunities, and skills training for eligible retirees. The meeting concluded with a shared commitment to pursue programs that honor and empower former AFP personnel nationwide.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Department of Labor and Employment reminded private sector employers that the mandatory 13-month pay of rank and file employees should be given not later than December 24 as mandated by law. Labor Secretary Bienvenido Laguesma warned employers that releasing their employees' 13-month pay beyond December 24 is a violation of the law. Presidential Decree 851 on the 13th-month pay law requires all employers to pay their employees 1 month equivalent salary on or before December 24th every year. Laguesma said that with the consent of employees, employers may give half of the pay in June and the other half in December.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from MJ about AFP CSAF celebrates its 27th anniversary.
Yes, good noon. The Communications, Electronics and Information System Service of the Armed Forces of the Philippines celebrated its 27th anniversary, marking nearly 3 decades of strengthening military communications and technological capabilities. AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. led the event and lauded the service for enabling joint operations through a shared communications architecture. He also emphasized that the interoperability advances provide a clear path toward a future-ready AFP. CSAF continues to enhance the communication systems and integrate modern technologies to ensure a unified and responsive armed forces. This is MJ reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, MJ.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development has launched the Panahon ng Pagkilos Philippine Community Resilience Project to spur long-term development in remote and impoverished communities. Social Welfare Secretary Rex Gatchalian said the new initiative succeeds the Kapit Bisig Laban sa Kahirapan comprehensive and integrated delivery of social services program. Gatchalian said the program introduces a community-driven development approach that focuses on building climate-resilient communities at the grassroots level. He explained that it empowers the communities because they choose the projects that suit their needs, employing a bottom-up approach rather than the top-down process.
DWDD National News.
Acting Transportation Secretary Giovanni Lopez has ordered a stricter enforcement of safety protocols following a technical glitch at MRT3. Lopez said they want a proper and quick implementation of safety protocols in all train lines for them to be careful and ready for any untoward incident. The order, he said, is in line with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s directive to ensure the safety of passengers in all transport hubs. He also emphasized the need for trained marshals and Philippine Coast Guard personnel and other security teams to help guide the passengers.
Armed Forces Radio.
From our report on the ground this year, the report of Shaira about Philippine Fleet launches cybersecurity program with Cyber Monopoly Tournament.
Yes, good afternoon. The Philippine Fleet kicked off its cybersecurity awareness program through a unique cyber monopoly tournament at Naval Operating Base Subic. Officers and enlisted personnel from multiple units joined the hybrid game simulation, presided over by Chief of Fleet Staff Commodore Lorenzo H. Bulor Jr. He emphasized that cybersecurity is a shared responsibility and urged personnel to strengthen cyber resilience. The multi-week tournament culminated in grand finals, aiming to enhance cybersecurity awareness and readiness across the fleet. This is Shai Rivera reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shaira.
DWDD National News.
The holding of the Bangsamoro parliamentary elections remains uncertain without a districting law, even as the Supreme Court has set the date. Commission on Elections Chairperson George Erwin Garcia said the Bangsamoro Transitory Authority has yet to pass the law, a key requirement for election preparations ahead of the March 31, 2026 polls. Garcia stressed that the Commission needs the law by November 30 to stay on schedule with preparations which are already behind. He warned that failure to meet the timeline could prevent the COMELEC from fully preparing for the Bangsamoro parliamentary election.
DWDD National News.
The National Irrigation Administration faced tough questions in the Senate over the Bulo Small Reservoir Irrigation Project in Bulacan. Senator Rofh Tulfo highlighted that the 50 million peso rehabilitation funded by the agency failed to fix visible cracks, holes, and deteriorating walls. Farmers have long warned that the unstable reservoir embankment threatens nearby communities, especially during the rainy season. NIA Administrator Eddie Guillen insisted that the rehabilitation complied with technical standards and was accepted by the local Irrigators Association. Gillen said he will resign if it's proven the repairs were incomplete or substandard.
Armed Forces Radio.
From GINA, updates about 2nd Special Forces Battalion holds static and kinetic display to raise public awareness.
Yes, Rofh, the 1st Civil Military Operations Company and 2nd Special Forces Battalion with the Santa Catalina local government in Ilocos Sur conducted a 2-day static and kinetic display. Around 2,000 students, municipal employees, and residents joined the event, showcasing Army equipment, capabilities, leaflet distribution, and an audio-visual presentation on the West Philippine Sea and the Philippine Army. The activity aimed to inform the public about current national issues. The event strengthened community understanding of the Army's mission and role in national security. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, One AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, Malacanang acknowledged former Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin's denial that he voluntarily resigned, but said replacing him remained President Marcos Jr.'s prerogative. Bersamin said he was asked to step down and had not submitted formal documentation when the Presidential Communications Office announced his departure. Presidential Communications Under Secretary Claire Castro said the announcement was made to ensure stability and continuity in governance. She also confirmed that Bersamin met with President Marcos after the announcement, but did not reveal details and said she was unaware of who informed Bersamin of his impending exit.
DWDD National News.
Malacanang clarified that no cabinet members are under investigation. Presidential Communications Under Secretary Claire Castro said President Marcos Jr. regularly conducts performance reviews of officials, which is standard practice. Castro also emphasized that former Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin and former Budget Chief Amina Pangandaman's departures do not indicate a pattern of unceremonious removals in the administration. She added that all serve at the pleasure of the President and their tenure depends on his decision.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more from LGF First ERG about MBLT-8 host the Command Inspector General Team of the Northern Luzon Naval Command.
Yes, Rofh, the Marine Battalion Landing Team 8 welcomed Lieutenant Colonel Rick L. Ganuelas, Philippine Navy Marines, Command Inspector General of the Northern Luzon Naval Command, together with his party during their official visit to Headquarters MBLT-8, Sitio 5, Barangay 7B, Santa Cruz Sur, Padok, Ilocos Norte. The purpose of the visit was to disseminate current policies and command guidance from higher headquarters, ensuring all personnel remain aligned with the latest directive and operational expectations. The team also gathered issues and concerns affecting the morale and welfare of the Marines, reinforcing the command's commitment to personnel well-being. As part of the activity, the team conducted a comprehensive briefing on safety management, provided essential instruction in basic security, and delivered an informative lecture on cyber awareness, all aimed at strengthening the unit's readiness, discipline, and resilience in both physical and digital domains. The event was actively attended by the officers and enlisted personnel of MBLT-8, reflecting the battalion's dedication to continuous learning, adherence to standards, and mission readiness. This is Maljoy Nesho Arroco reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Maljoy of First ERG.
DWDD National News.
Meanwhile, the Department of Education launched its first classroom summit to tackle construction delays and the shortage of classrooms in public schools. Deputy Secretary Sonny Angara said the summit aims to foster collaboration, transparency and accountability in education infrastructure. Participants included government agencies, private contractors, local officials, and development partners, while the Strategic Resource Inventory for Deployment Efficiency, or STRIDE dashboard, was unveiled. The STRIDE would help DepEd offices make data-driven decisions on enrollment, staffing, and infrastructure.
DWDD National News.
Former Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo was found guilty of qualified human trafficking and sentenced to reclusion perpetua or up to 40 years in prison. The Pasig City Regional Trial Court convicted Guo along with co-accused Rachel Malonzo Carrion, Jamie Lynn Cruz, and Walter Wong Rong over the illegal operations of a Pogo hub in her town. The case arose from a raid on the Zone U1 Technology compound last year, which operated on a property leased through Guo's company. Guo attended the promulgation via video conference after the court denied her request to file a demurrer to evidence, following previous administrative rulings that dismissed her from office and voided her mandate.
Armed Forces Radio.
And some information from Mark about 73rd IB joins culmination of Malita's 88th founding anniversary.
Yes, Rofh. The 73rd Infantry Battalion participated in the culmination day of Malita's 88th founding anniversary in Barangay Poblacion, Davao Occidental. The unit supported the festivities by joining the motorcade and helping ensure order and public safety throughout the event. The local government of Malita awarded the 73rd IB a certificate of recognition for its contributions to peace and development. The battalion reaffirms its commitment in serving and supporting the communities within its area of responsibility. This is Mark reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mark.
DWDD National News.
For our weather update, the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or the PAG-ASA, said that no storm forming or entering the Philippine area of responsibility has been monitored at least until the weekend. PAG-ASA weather specialist Chanel Dominguez said the Intertropical Convergence Zone, shear line, easterlies and northeast monsoon or amihan would prevail in the country over the next few days. The ITCZ has been affecting Davao Region, Sorsogon, Basilan, Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, and Palawan. The convergence of hot and cold air over the shear line will bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms over the Cordillera Administrative Region, Cagayan, Isabela, Nueva Vizcaya, Quirino, and Aurora. Amihan will also affect the province of Quezon.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast, and thank you for tuning in, especially to our audience on AFP Radio DWDD's Facebook page. Be sure to join and catch us again next week for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.